Welcome to Broad Heart channel. In this video, we are going to explore about the review on Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine. Singer has again approved to be another blessing of the sewing world by launching the Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine. It is a perfect blend of creativity and speed. It comprises of the easy to use feature, making it the exact sewing partner you always dreamt of. The machine consists of a wide variety of presser feet and stitches which make it versatile. Its color coded pattern makes it more suitable and easy at the same time. It not only meets your basic needs but also helps you explore more and more in the creative sewing world. Let's have a look on the features and its reviews. Components or accessories. The Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine is not only a single piece tool but is a combo which brings various accessories along with it. If you are completely unknown to the machine, its parts, and to the functioning working, no worries. This combo provides you with a quick start guide to start your tour and an instruction manual to make sure that you are not missing out any facility provided to you by the master sewer. A general purpose foot along with a variety of few other which includes buttonhole foot, button sewing foot, zipper foot and the sew easy foot. Darning plate to meet the very basic needs of the functioning of single Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine. The user is given a pack of needles, bobbins and a needle plate. A screwdriver to mantle and dismantle the parts whenever necessary, seam ripper or lint brush for removing thread and spool pin felt, an auxiliary spool pin and a spool cap to put it above the spool of thread once it is put on the spool pin. As it works on power supply power, line cord is added in the combo that is fit for the machine exactly, and you don't have to worry about the correct cord required for the machine. Also, a foot control for adjusting the pressure foot when to raise or bring down the needle according to the necessity. Power switch, foot control and hand wheel. To begin with the review, let's first know about the most crucial part of the machine, the power control and the foot control. The sew master needs the electric excitation to work. A power switch with a suitable cord is provided. Whenever you wish to switch on the machine, just attach the cord to the power supply and the other end of the cord to the machine port. Make sure that the switch is off while you carry out the activity. Turn on the power supply and the small power switch later. Also, this machine has a foot control socket following the same instruction as of the power control. Insert the cord and you are good to go. Above the power switch is the hand wheel. The hand wheel is used to raise or lower the take-up level of the needle while you sew for the thread adjustment. The foremost thing to note here is the hand wheel must always rotate towards you or in the counterclockwise direction. The activity of raising and lowering is done by rotating the wheel in the same direction. Thread guide and spool pins. The machine bears two thread metal guides. The thread guides are to direct the thread all its way to the needle and give them the support for the necessary tension required in the thread to have a perfect stitch. To the top right corner of the machine, it is the first thread guide. The thread guide helps the thread coming from the spool of threads to follow the direction which takes it to the tension control and provides it with the necessary height. Second thread guide is nothing but a hook-like structure which can call the thread guide because it also directs the thread to the fine gaps leading the thread to the needle. It also makes the thread change its direction as the thread flows a straight path along the edge from the first thread guide. A spool pin is nothing but a cylindrical structure that holds the spool of thread. Before inserting the spool of thread on the spool pin, place a spool pin felt on the spool pin to give support the spool of thread you are going to place on the pin. The tension disc is placed right on the top of the machine. The roll of the disc comes into picture while wrapping the bobbin with the thread from the spool of the thread. Once you take hold of the end of the thread you want to put on the bobbin, the thread must pass through the left side of the tension control. Rotate the thread around the tension control once and bring the thread back from the right side of the tension control, forming a intersection between of the threads. After forming a loop due to the intersection of thread rotated around the tension control, put the end of the thread around the bobbin you want to use. You may refer to the arrows provided on the machine for better understanding. The bobbin spindle. The bobbin spindle is the rod-shaped structure adjacent to the thread guide placed on the top of the machine. The bobbin spindle comes with a slider mechanism. This is used to wrap the thread around the class 15 bobbin given to you along with the machine. Also, in case you need to buy some extra bobbins apart from the bobbins given with the combo, you must make sure that you purchase only the class 15 transparent bobbins. The procedure for wrapping the bobbin with thread is very simple once you are comfortable with working mechanism of thread guides and tension control. As discussed in the earlier session, place the spool of thread you want to win the bobbin with for your project. Follow the directions and form a loop around the tension control by obeying the arrows mentioned on the machine. Once the thread is back, the tension control hold the tip of the thread and put it in the hole on the class 15 bobbin. There are two holes on the top and bottom of the class 15 bobbin. You may put the thread in any of the provided holes. Properly hold the tip of the thread. Ensure that the bobbin is placed at the bottom of the spindle and slide the bobbin to the right. Now, press the foot control and allow the thread to go around the bobbin for a few times. Once there is a considerable amount of thread on the bobbin, cut the tip of the thread, pass through the hole which you were holding. Now, you may again place some more thread around the bobbin as per your need. That's it. Your bobbin is ready now. Reverse lever. The purpose of the reverse lever is securing the switch at the beginning and the end. Reverse lever plays a crucial role. A single stitch machine is a C-shaped machine. The reverse lever is placed at the vertical section of the machine. Start stitching in the normal way you always do. After a few stitches on the fabric, pull down the reverse lever. As the name suggests, the reverse lever does the stitching in the backward direction. This guarantees that the stitches at the end won't come out. Do the same procedure once you come to the end stitching your fabric or cloth. stitch selector dial and stitch length dial. The demand for the stitch may not be the same every time. The Singer Fashion Made 3342 takes care of the changing pattern of the stitches you need. It has a stitch selector dial which makes it feasible for you to select a stitch accordingly. The machine includes 3 straight stitches, short, medium and long. It includes 3 zigzag stitches, narrow, medium and wide. Also, the multi-stitch, the hem stitch, scallop stitch are comprised within the dial. An adjustment for making a buttonhole. These adjustments make the machine more versatile for your work. The Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine provides you with a stitch selector dial for you to select the stitches of your choice. It has 4 lengths starting from 1 to 4 in the increasing order for the grey stitches. Arrow colors according to your work. It has the S1 blue stitch and the S2 red stitch for blue and red stitch respectively. Changing pressure feet and stitches. The Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine provides you with a wide range of stitches and the necessary pressure feet required for the stitches. To change the pressure foot according to your need, just press the pressure feet towards you. This makes the earlier pressure foot to leave its place. Now, to put the other on push, the other pressure foot away from you. The stitch selector dial has stitches in 3 colors: red, blue and grey. The stitch selector and the length dial are mentioned above are synced by colors. Make sure that the color on both the dials is the same before you start stitching. That simple it is. Presser foot and presser foot lifter. The structure exactly below the needle tip is the presser foot and the shaft behind the machine is the pressure foot lifter. Whenever the machine is not in use, the pressure foot must be raised above. You can raise the presser foot by raising the presser foot lifter. The time when you wish to sew, you just need to put the fabric between the presser foot and the base and lower the presser footer by lowering the presser foot lifter. Do not lift or lower the presser foot lifter if there is no need, else will affect the functioning of the Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine. 4 presser feet are given along with the machine, including the simple ones. The rest of the 3 are the buttonhole foot, button sew foot and the zipper foot and the sewing foot. Stitch width dial and tension dial. The stitch width dial and the tension dial are on the top of the machine. The tension dial makes it easy for you to increase or decrease the tension as you need it. The grey markings on the dial tell you the tension by default. The stitch width dial also helps you to customize the stitch by increasing or decreasing the width. Accessory tray. The lower horizontal section of the Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine is the removable storage compartment. This makes it super simple for you to store all the primary things required for your stitching journey. Just be careful when you remove the removable storage compartment, as there is the needle which may cause a mishap. The compartment is appropriate for storing things like needles, threads, zipper foot and the buttonhole foot as well. Also, when you remove this compartment, it is easy for you to sew scallops or any round part for your project. For the bobbin case, slide the black button near the transparent plate towards the right and Remove the transparent plate to take the bobbin out of the bobbin holder. This helps you to know the thread left on the bobbin. Threading the machine. Once you are done with the bobbin threading, now it's time for the outer threading. Before this activity, we need to ensure two things. One is to take up lever must be at the highest position. Also, the pressure foot must be to its highest position. As we know to raise the take lever, we need to rotate the wheel towards yourself. To lift the pressure foot, raise the pressure foot lifter. Always remember to place the spool pin left before you place the spool of thread on the spool pin. Place the thread on the spool pin you want to do your project with. Take hold of the tip of the thread and guide it through the thread guide parallelly to the upper horizontal surface of the machine. Now, direct the thread through another thread guide, that is, the hook besides the tension control. Let the thread pass through the gap according to the arrows. Another very handy feature on this machine is the needle threader. Place the threader through the thread guide near the needle and in the automatic needle threader. Take the thread under the hook and then over and then between the prongs and then leave the automatic needle threader. This will take the thread in the needle eye forming a loop. So take it out to release the loop and like all other machines, take the thread under the pressure foot. Finally, lower the pressure foot so that you can start your stitching. Changing the needle. In case there is an issue with the needle, you may change the needle very easily without creating any issue to the new needle. As the old needle may break or may become blunt, which may reduce the efficiency and accuracy of your work. For this, use the screwdriver provided with the accessories. Above the needle is a needle clamp screw. Now loosen the screw with the help of the screwdriver and remove the old needle. Now place the new one and tighten the screw. But while replacing the new needle with the old one, remember that the flat side is facing the back of your machine. Now that you have gained all the necessary information you needed to start your journey with Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine, you are ready to explore the creative and colorful world of stitches and pattern your clothes, curtains, scarves, pillow covers, etc. Hope you enjoy the experience with the colored coded tailoring master. Latest price of the product. Check of the latest prices of these machine and gift yourself the Singer Fashion Made 3342 sewing machine at the best deal. Thanks for watching this video. Check the video description box for the product links. Subscribe to our channel for more videos.